Hi everyone, it's me Jen from EmJustLikeYou, and I have yet another lip collection review for you guys. I know you guys love these type of reviews and I don't blame you because it's so easy to actually see the swatches here on the video, and here's some of my input on how the color looks on cool tone, on dark pigmented lips, on warm color tone skin, and it's just easier to shop online as well as to make your decision first and before you go to the store. So hopefully this will continue to be helpful. So the collection that I have for you today is the NYX Lip Butter Lipsticks. And we know the famous lip butters from Revlon was a big hit when it came out, but I'm so excited that NYX came out with their own line just because I do like NYX cosmetics. I find that a lot of their stuff are a lot more pigmented. Now with that said, I do find that this collection is a lot more pigmented than the Revlon lip butters, but I do still find that the lip butters from Revlon did seem a little bit more hydrating and is more buttery. But with this, the only downside to the NYX lip butters is the fact that the formula isn't very consistent throughout the whole entire collection. As you will see as I'm swatching these on my lips, that these lighter color ones are going to look very pasty, very glue-like, very white, and very not flattering on the lips. I didn't see any variation between the different colors of these lighter colors. I do have pigmented lips, and so it does play a factor in the fact that these aren't as opaque on the lips to cover up the pigmentation, but I did find that the formula itself wasn't that great in the lighter color range. Now with that said, of course the darker color, I found they were great. They are one of my favorite lipsticks of all time, the darker colors. And when I say darker colors, I mean colors that have more pigment in them, such as hot pinks, reds, and deeper tones. Now, of course, the nude colors I didn't really like, but I am going to swatch and talk about them just for those who do not have pigmented lips and do love nudes, or are you just curious on how they actually look. Now the packaging looks like this. They look kind of cheap in my opinion, but of course they are cheap, so they are going to look the way that they are cost, which I think is fine. I just think that the product inside is what matters anyways. Now it has like this little clear part right in the middle where you can actually see what color the lipstick is without opening it, which is great. Now with this lipstick, I really love the shape that it is in, just because it has this little curvature in the middle that really caresses on top of your lips beautifully, and then it makes it really nice on your lips when you are applying it. I really do love that. Now that we've already talked about the packaging, I did want to talk about the longevity. Now, I'm not even going to touch those nude colors to say how long they are because I didn't wear them. They looked horrible. But the darker color ones, I did notice that the longevity is really long, all day long. It didn't bleed through my lips, and that was something that was really hard for me to find, especially comparing it to the Revlon lip butters. Those did bleed because they were so slippery and hydrating. With these, they're more intact, they're more pigmented, so I did really like these as lipsticks. Now with my lips, they're really wrinkly, they have a lot of these crevices, so I find that with these lipsticks, they stayed in my lips, they didn't bleed out all over the place, and they just look great. Now, I will let you be the judge of what looks great and how the formula is. Now let's start out with the lightest color that they have. This is number 13. It's more of a yellow orange base type of nude. It is a really nudie color. Now on the lips, I do find that it is just so white. It isn't flattering, and the formula is kind of draggy. It isn't as hydrated and creamy. So this color, I probably would say that it's the most nude. It's almost foundation kind of concealer-like. And if you are into that, then definitely check this out, but it is a more warm orangey tone. Now the next color is number 16. This is also a very nude color, but among all the nudes, this is the most sheer. Now with that said, I do find that this is a little bit less nude compared to number 13. And this is more of a peachy with pink warm undertone type of nude color. It doesn't wash you out as much, but again, as you can see on the lips, it isn't flattering whatsoever. But again, my lips aren't like everyone else's lips. I do have the imperfection of these crevices and the dark pigmentation. The next color is number 7, and this one is a blush pink. It's more of a neutral undertone. I do find that on the lips it's a lot more cooler than if you were to swatch it on your hand. but on the lips it has a lot of the white base to it that does create that nude color. I notice a lot of formulas, they do try to have that white base to make it more opaque, but I do find that on the lips, unlike on your hand, it isn't going to be as flattering. The next color is number 3. This is a warmest of all the nudes. It has a lot of this beigey, pink, peachy undertone. I think this is, out of all the nudes, is the most flattering because it doesn't have as much of that white base. Now again, as you notice, out of all these nude ranges, the pigmentation isn't there. There's more of that white base rather than the color pigment. So I don't really like this. I think that this formula really makes the lips look even drier rather than more buttery. So I don't suggest these nude lip butters for those who do have similar lips to me. I do notice that with this one in particular, it does move and slide around a little bit just because it isn't as pigmented and the formula isn't intact. It seems very slippery. Now, moving on to more colorful colors. These are the pinks. Now, number 22 is a Barbie bright warm tone pink. And when I say warm, the reason why I say that is because it does look more flattering on those who have warm skin tones. But it does have a little hint of a purple cool tone when you do wear it on the lips. Now I know that is a little bit confusing to like, okay, what is she saying? Is it cool or is it warm? It is supposed to be a warm, but I do notice because of my pigmented lips, it looks a lot cooler. Now I can't say on those who don't have pigmented lips, it might look more warm, but overall I do say that they seem very neutral. I don't find it very flattering on me, but maybe it would look really awesome on those who have darker skin tone. But for me, I do find that it looks kind of childish and it isn't a really great everyday color. But those who do love pink, then you might like this. Now moving on to number 14, this is a cool tone pink. I really do actually realize that once we get after this color and beyond, these colors are more pigmented now and the formula is a lot better. This one has some purple in it and it has a little bit of a light hint of fuchsia in this color when you have it on your lips. I do love this color. I think it's a great statement lip color. It's very different. Now, I wish that this one had a little bit more of a fuchsia lilac to it, just so that it can be more on a on-trend look, but because it doesn't, it is a great everyday color for those who are used to wearing pinks. I do find that this would be flattering on a lot of different skin tones. Now moving on to number 01. I find this one to be very, very, very similar to the color in the packaging when you put it on your lips. It's a beautiful magenta color. It's one of my favorites out of this collection. It's a shocking pink. It's very, very pigmented and hydrating look. It's a darker fuchsia compared to number 14. I do find that this color is gorgeous on any skin tone if you have cool tones or warm tones to your skin, as well as if you have dark or fair skin. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous magenta color. I am a person that don't usually like colors that have a lot of purples in it, but I do find that one really gorgeous. Now moving on from now until the rest of all these colors, they are super pigmented and super wonderful. This one is a purple raspberry deep color with a hint of red in it. I think it's super flattering for any skin tone once again, and I find it to be one of those colors that it's different. You won't find it a lot in other collections, but it works because the formula makes the color flattering. It's a kind of a deep plum. If you do have pigmented lips, it does change it to be less red in my opinion. But if you have a lot of red pigments in your lips, obviously it will make it more red. I do find this to be really gorgeous if you wear it with a lip liner that has a lot of red in it, just to bring out the red color. This again is one of my favorites as well. Alright, moving on to more of the mauve color. This is number 17, a very neutral pinkish color. This is my absolute 100% favorite out of this whole collection and one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. It's very, very, very pigmented. It's a beautiful warm mauve pink, very similar to the Revlon Pink Truffle lip butter, but this one has a lot more pink in it, so it's going to be more flattering. I do find this color to be gorgeous just because it's a great my lips but better, 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 and it makes your lips look like your lips but there's color to it. So it's very, very nice for every day. It's a color I would actually have it in my makeup bag everywhere I go. I love this formula, and this is the one that I love the most. So definitely, if you don't know what you want to pick out and you're not very comfortable wearing makeup, or I mean very comfortable wearing lipstick, this is probably going to be a big hit for you as well. Now, moving on to some more reddish tones. Number 06 is like a very bright corally red. Now with that said, it's not a very pigmented one out of all the reddish color. It's a more sheer coral red with warm undertones. It's actually really, really gorgeous for the summer and spring coming up, just because it's so bright. It really does lighten up the face. If you're not into a lot of lipstick but you do want a corally color, I do think this is great. It's sheer enough, but it is pigmented enough, if that makes sense. It's a really nice in the middle color. Now, if you want this to be opaque, you can actually apply it multiple times on the lips, and I do find that it does layer on beautifully. I don't consider this as a very red color. It's more of a corally red. The next color is number 08, which is the darker red tone, and I love this. I think this is my second favorite after number 17. It's a really nice deep red color. It's super duper pigmented. It's a deep neutral red. It has cool to it, but it also has warm tones to it. So I think this would work great. In the packaging, you can't really tell, but it does look kind of more warm. But on the lips, I find it to be very neutral, but very flattering. As soon as I saw this, I thought of my friend. She's been looking for like a red lipstick that would look great on her. And I said, you know what, I think this would look great on anyone. And I really wanted her to try it out. This is absolutely my favorite. I think it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. Now the next color is number 11, which is the most daring, fashion-forward, dark lipstick. It's that dark, deep wine color, kind of vampy that people are wearing. Honestly, I was kind of scared of it. I thought that it's actually really pretty on. I don't know if I could wear this. My boyfriend was kind of freaking out when I was trying it out. He was like, you look kind of scary. But I do love this color. I think it's a great vampy, pigmented lip type of black cherry color. I do find that it's not as creamy as the other colors, but it does work. Without gloss, I think it looks more trendy, but with gloss, it looks more classy and like a great color for like a really fashion night out type of look. I do find that this with gloss will look a lot better, especially if you put on like a wine gloss that has a lot of red undertones in it. It would make this color look even better. Alright, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoy watching this review with it on my lips, as well as just telling you some of my opinions on it. Of course, everyone's opinion is different, and my lips is different, so of course my experience is going to be different, but hopefully it was helpful. And if you'd like to see more reviews like this, of course, subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when I have another review, as well as you can go on my channel to check out the other reviews that I've already had. I will see you guys next time, and have a beautiful day. Bye! Without further ado, the Naked 3 winner is T. Instagram name T_win911. Congratulations, and thank you everyone for entering.